Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and today I'm going to be making my fourth favorite idea that I did in 2025. Now I didn't say in the beginning, they were no particular order. This is the fourth one that I'm doing, and they are faux envelope corners. And basically it is, so if you had an envelope and you rip the corner off to save the stamp, this is what you would have left. And the intention is to make them onto scrapbook or journal covers or journal pages to have an uptuck, because I don't have enough uptucks when I do stuff. All the stuff ends up pockets or anything like that, a lot of heavy stuff on the bottom, and I wanted to have more stuff on the top. So I thought this is a great idea to do for uptucks. So I had done some a couple months ago, more than a couple months ago, probably about 6 months ago, and I just used regular stamps that I glued on. I've got this swishy things and the cancellation stamps and some sort of airmail things, stuff like that. So I pulled that stuff out, the airmail, the swishy stamps, and this. But instead of taking real stamps, I'm making my own stamps for this purpose. Now, hopefully you've seen, I've done this before. I have this little stamp cutter. And let me tell you, I keep seeing it pop up on my Facebook ads, even though I have it. So it's still out there. I got it on Temu. I don't get anything from it. But this probably is one of my best purchases on Temu that I ever made. Along with my whale tail punch that I had for him. I just love it. And I'm not sure how expensive it is now with tariffs or whatever. I think it was maybe in the $20 range, but I love it. So if you got some cash from Christmas that someone gave you, any leftover, invest in this. This is a great thing. So what I did was I took pictures and made stamps out of them. So I took 2 Santa Clauses from my J.Lee Lou that I've been using. I know it's after Christmas, but I think, file this idea in the back of your head for next year. And then I took 2 of my snowmen, which were from my background page. I picked 2 of them out, and I made, he's the same snowman. I took the same snowman. This guy was near the bottom of the page though, so he's kind of like half off, and this guy was a little taller. I picked North Pole from J.Lee Lou, but it doesn't have to be from scrapbook paper. This is from a harder piece of scrapbook paper. I should say digital. This is from scrapbook paper, and I'm going to use this, so I'm just going to go ahead and show you how easy it was to make this into a stamp. So we're just going to go ahead and click the... Of course, when I say easy, I mess it up. So we're just going to turn that off and do it again. All right, so we're just going to put it in there, and we're going to line up the holes. It's hard to see. There's little holes to line up on each side. And you push it all the way in, and you get one edge of holes. Depending on how big it is, sometimes you got to do more than one. Sometimes if it's small enough, you can just do one. There we go. This one should be down the center, and one. So cute. And it's got my favorite part. It's got a little trap to catch it. All right, so I'm just going to throw a little ink on there since there's white. And this then becomes a stamp. So cute. Okay, so how I made the faux envelopes was actually out of cardstock white paper. Now, it doesn't matter what the other color side is because it can, it's going to be attached to a page. Now, this one that I had used, I had a white piece of cardstock that I ripped up. But this one is red, this one had green, and these are 6.5 by 4.5, I believe. And I just cut them in half. So I just take the handy dandy, and 6.5 is 3 1/4. And there you go, you would have it. Now, you actually have 2 out of each one of these, because we're going to take and rip it from corner to corner, and ripping it poorly is probably my advice. You don't want to rip it beautifully. And there you go. Now, if this was a little bit too... So now that looks like a corner. And I did take my little bitty corner snip on there just to make it look less new. And then this one is there. Now, if you really wanted to have it two-sided, both sides white, you could probably figure out a way to attach it and go the other direction. So it would go like that on a page, but these are fine. If you go on that on a page, in my mind, the stamp is on the wrong side of the envelope, so it's not as realistic, but you definitely could do it. So, but this way it is a little bit more realistic. And I'm gonna get my piece of paper here, just because I'm gonna need to stamp on some of this stuff. So, for the, let's do the snowman here, and I'm just gonna glue it. And some of these, I don't know, I don't think they're too big. So we're going to put the stamp in the corner like you would normally put. Now, if you wanted to, if you had a fine pen or little numbers, you could stamp a price on there for the stamp. You could do that. I'm not so much worried about that. I'm going to use my VersaFine Claire in a, what is it, Hickory Smoke? No, Morning Mist. Hickory Smoke is Tim Holtz things. And I'm going to, and we're gonna, I want the little one for this. There we go. So we're gonna cancel it, and we're gonna, I'll use this one for now. We're gonna do that on there, and then we're gonna decide what we want to have hanging off the edge. I'm going to do airmail because it's coming from the, there we go. Have it coming off because it looks like it has been torn. And we're going to ink the edge because it's an older envelope. There we go. Cute, right? And so simple to do. Okay, I'm going to close this temporarily because I'm going to put my elbow in it. I just know it. Okay, second one. All right, let's do let's do the flower one, because why not? Yeah, let's do that. Well, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I am like bone cold right now. I'm surprising my teeth aren't chattering. It is, my hands are like numb. It's so cold, but I wanted to come in here and have some fun. All right, so I do have a tinier little label here, or stamp, just because. There we go. Just say December. I might hold on to that one for one of the other ones. And we're gonna airmail right there. Beautiful. And a little swoosh. I'm gonna put the swoosh over there. Yeah, cute. So nice for the spring, even though it says December. Pretty flowers, like a stamp. I love it. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just rip. And I didn't ink that other one, so you do not have to. It looks fine without inking, but if you want to ink, you can do that. Oh, I did tear that one the wrong way. I'll have to say there was something else. Okay. There is a wrong way to tear it when there's two sides. So we want to make sure that the that is there. So we're going to tear from the corner that would not be the stamp side. Boom. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. All right, let's do one of those snowmen because he's super cute. Or did I do the snowman already? What did I do? I did do the snowman. All right, let's do a Santa Claus. Because why not? I know it's past it, but... All right, appears we had some technical difficulties when I was finishing up that last video. I finished it and hadn't realized my phone ran out of power. The cord that it was attached to wasn't working. So when I went to look at it, it was at 1% and the phone was dead. So what I was working on was finishing or starting this Santa Claus one. So I just wanted to show you what happened. I ended up stamping the logo upside down. But that's okay. It says Paris on the top. But there was the Santa Claus one. And then after that, I did a North Pole one by airmail. I thought that was really cute. I put the stamp on correctly this way, December 1984. And yeah, that was cute with the airmail since Santa's flying from the North Pole. Anywho, so since this video ended up being really short because it got cut off, I decided to add a couple more options for it just to extend it just a little bit. So I looked through my stuff and what I found was a couple things, and I have used my little stamp guy again. What I had is I have these, they're in my Ko-Fi account, they're free. They're images of World's Fair posters, and I cut one of them out, made a stamp out of that. Very cute. But if you wanted to check out the Ko-Fi, they're free. I got a whole selection, a couple different sizes. This is the smallest size. And then I had these matchbooky kind of sticker digitals that I had gotten when I was doing my color journal last year. If anybody wants a link, I will put it in the description. I'll try to remember that. But it was all the colors, but it was matchbooks. And I thought that was a cute kind of like stamp to do with some like, so any sort of label, be cute to make stamps out of. And then I have this sticker pack that I got from Temu a couple years ago almost. But they're, you know, rectangular sticker packs. But when you use the stamp on it, like to make your own stamps, how cute it is. Because I do know that you can buy sticker packs that are pre-stamped on Temu already, but this little machine guy really gives you options to make anything into stamps, which I really love. All right, so let's make a quick two. I got them all cut with that, so I'm gonna move it to the side. And this one's kind of big. I'm hoping it'll fit. It might be too big to fit. Might have started with a bigger tier thing, but I'm gonna see if I can do it. So we're just gonna, like the other ones, I'm gonna start with the skinnier and then really go to big, because you could tear an envelope really any direction you want. So that's really kind of wonky and fun, but that'll fit. All right, so like I said before, I'm gonna round the corner because I just like the way it looks a little bit better. And if we ink this, because it's a really old envelope that got torn to smithereens, I might rip that a little farther to make it just a little bit more. We'll see which stamp I use for that. Okay, so like I said, this was a sticker and I made it into a stamp. So how easy is that to put down? Very cute. And I have one, that Christmas one I've been using says Paris, but I don't know if I have a London one. From New York, Los Angeles. I only pulled a few of my, I have other stamps out there. So I guess I will use the Paris one. And get it to go the correct direction. All right, half stamp, but that's okay. And we are gonna I should have my paper out, but I'm just gonna do that. Okay. Love it, cute. All right, so for this one, I think I'm gonna do the New York, and I think I am gonna get rid of this Florida panhandle that I got hanging off of there and make it a true ripped of a corner. Yeah, that's okay. Doesn't have to be that long. All right, so we're going to go with this one because it's tall. But like I said, if you start with a little bit bigger piece of white paper, that's you can get a much longer top of an envelope for it. All right, and glue. Yeah, so I hope you get a chance to make some of these. I will link the video. I might have said it earlier. Again, this was a different day. I'm doing this. I hope you get a chance to, if you haven't seen the original video, I will link it below. You can check that out when I first did these. But I think the process is not really much different from that, but you can see different ideas I had for it. Okay, so, all right, this one says USA, Los Angeles, New York. That one says New York. They both say 2017 though, but I guess it doesn't matter. You're using a stamp that commemorates I never use those. They commemorates the World's Fair. Like, there's always ones like that. Cute, 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 cute. All right, and my little swirly guy. We're gonna swirl him over there. And I don't think I'm gonna put one of those other ones on there, only because it's kind of a little bit small. But yeah, it'll be a cute little uptuck when you put it on a page and be able to stick something in there. Cute little uptuck. Yeah, I like them. All right, well this, hopefully, I haven't checked, but hopefully this video was recorded and I finished it out and it could show you all the ways that you can do faux envelope corner uptucks. I love them. Definitely. Okay. Well, that is going to be it for me today. I appreciate each and every one of you that stopped by. And as usual, I hope you all have a wonderful and creative day. Bye for now.